All right, folks, if you can guess it, we're working on this thing some more. So, the other day, I was fiberglassing this thing up, and the plan is to build like a headliner. I don't know if things burn through and are a little stuck, but where I'm gonna start, oh, there it's coming. Ah, look at this. That's awesome. So, I'm gonna see if this other side comes off. This is not too bad. I don't know what, oh, yeah, it's totally loose. Check it out. What does it look like inside? Well, with the plastic, that's pretty good. Whew, a bit of stink there, but so I don't know if the plastic was a good idea or not. It didn't let it stick to the roof, so that's a win, but I'm worried if I glue stuff, if this is going to be a problem. Anyways, I'm going to play with this a little bit. Now, I am 100% sure that this thing is not going to fit. Like, we're going to have to cut this down the middle. I might just start with that. Cutting that down the middle. Actually, I should say, I don't know if I did already or not, but the plan is to try to make this into a headliner for the inside of the truck. So we kind of made a mold of the outside. Now I want to see if I carve this thing down the middle. I'm thinking I'm going to have to go this way too. That we can basically build ourselves a headliner for in here. So my goal is to try to make it like factory, where these buttons maybe hold it in. And I don't know, I might add more buttons just so up the top, in the middle, I don't know. Screws, I don't really care if I screw it in, I'd be okay with that. But I'm going to try to do one layer up and around till we get up into this panel. And then we can make a second panel, you know, come down behind the seat here. Like, I'm not worried about that lower portion, just as if we can get it this. I don't know, just make it look pretty nice. I think it would look pretty cool if I can do that. The inside doesn't look terrible. It's relatively smooth, actually. I was worried with the plastic. You can tell some of it does some weird stuff here, but yeah. I'm thinking the plastic wasn't... Well, it was a necessary thing, so I didn't stick it to my roof. But it did look like it kind of poked through in some spots. Whatever. That'll all come... kind of burn itself apart, I guess, over time, if that's the right phrase. The sun will bleach it. There we go. Maybe. Won't be so shiny. Okay. Anyways, first things first, I'm going to see how much of this plastic I can pick off. And I guess I'll find some places to start carving this thing in half. Should be pretty straight up. We'll just run a zip cut through there and there. It's definitely going to be smaller when it goes inside, so that's why. I have seen somebody do something like this before, so I'm not going completely blind. I just don't remember where I saw it. Alright. Enough rambling. I guess I'm going to see if I can pick this off. I'm not too concerned, but I'm worried about stuff the whole after. How do I paint it? Well, this is promising. Like it's sort of working. I think it'll work. The nice part is it's transparent, so I can kind of trim some of this stuff up. Man, I guess I don't know if I can do it in 2 pieces. That'd be kind of cool. Provided I can get it in a door. Interesting. Interesting. All right. I need to get some light. We need some better light so I can trace some things. I want to get this closer, and I don't know if I can do it as... I think it almost seems like it's doable as one piece, but it's questionable around here. Oh, I don't even know. This thing comes off. That's kind of cool. So apparently this trim, I can just pop it out. Guess it's how your weather stripping goes in. Or the door rubber, wind blades, I don't know what you call it. Stuff. It's making a mess, but salt bar is coming out in 1 piece. Check it out. Or 2 pieces. Okay. I'm cool with that. Man. Well, that's better yet. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna trim a few things here a little bit. Because I did this in that drip rail, it's a little rough, but it's actually so thin, I almost feel... Oh, look at this. I can just cut it with scissors. Kinda. Which is going to be so much cleaner than that grinder. Not quite scissors. But tin snips for sure. This edge is terrible. Well, I stuck it in the drip rail. Is bad. Trim a little bit here. Really don't want to use that. Got these weird ones, so I'm going to try them out. I think for some reason I feel they're going to work better. Nope, it's just a weird edge. Dang it. Okay, I guess we got a zip cut. Boo. I'm not pumped about the soon-to-be itch of working with fiberglass, but anyways, I'm going to mock this up in there. I'm going to get a good light so I can actually start sharpieing and see if I can, you know, if everything works out, I might be able to just take these 2 halves, stick them together, and make this as a 1-piece mold, which would be pretty cool because it's actually very, very flimsy, so it might work well. I don't know. Fold that bad boy up. Let's see what kind of mess thing we can do here. There. hard. It went so hard on the outside. Like the idea is well, but I might have to do some fiberglass stuff here because it doesn't fit nice to this edge. Maybe if we trim it, it'll be okay. I don't know yet. It's I'm a little mixed. You can see here it doesn't really want to play ball. And maybe I'm just tackling too much. I don't know. I really don't know. For now, I'm just gonna blindly cut some of this excess off. This is really gonna go high, but whatever. Let me start with that trim and then we'll kind of see where we get here. So far, scissors have worked. So far, most of this is looking not too bad. We're a little close up there. Depends how we do this. Oh, heavy. So much easier with a paper pattern here. But I don't know how to do that. So I'm pretty happy with this. Honestly, that's like way up there, but the only way to do this is keep trimming a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. When I get this part sitting good, then I'm going to worry about the back window and stuff. At least that's my plan. Whoa, well that was random. I didn't expect that. Look at that, that's gonna leak for sure. Well, we'll deal with that later. All right, I think I have this front-ish okay. All right, we may have to add a little to the front here. I don't know yet. Really liking that fit. I'm really liking that fit. Huh. Look at that. Huh. That's kind of cool. I don't know if it's too much down because it's like fighting my light, but I'm willing to move my light here. The rest of this just kind of plays ball here. Oh, look at this. I don't know, man. I'm pretty happy here. Let's try to keep some consistency. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, so that's not a good. I'm looking for some way to have a consistent. This fits here every time. So I don't care that I go this far, but what I did now is this is sitting here. Let's see. Well, that's pretty good too. Okay, clearly I gotta trim some here, but let me put one screw over here. So at least when I put it back together, things are going where I think they should go. Mint. This is mint. I love it. Look at that. All right, well, back window's here. We don't actually care about this because the seat comes up to this, so let's just pick a spot. We're gonna carve that out and let's trim this fairly tight to the window. I'll go down. Seeing how this is transparent, I can kind of doodle through here. Man, look at that. Man, I think this is a little... I think this should be a little more flat here, but... There's definitely going to be some overlap in the middle here or something. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I did that. That screwed this up. Good to know. That part's the same. This one is garbage. Come to the top. Alright. So far, so good. I'm pretty happy here. I am actually surprisingly happy here. I'm not going to cut too much of this off because it's kind of holding all the junk together right now. All right. Pull these out, trim her up, see what happens. Actually, I should be trimming this a little more. This is not quite right here. There. That should be right. And now we got a couple holes to align everything again. well. I think that worked out pretty good. We got to trim for the light. I can already tell though, if that light was center, this back is smaller than the front, but very cool. All right, this is, I don't know, I'm pretty pumped. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it, but in the end it's still very cool. Well, my little air saw is my biggest win. When I was at Puddin's, I can't remember who showed me there, but anyways, I was talking about how I love the air saws, but they never have any power. So he told me you need one of these, which is like a gear-driven air saw, so they don't bog out or anything. I guess a regular normal one for just doing what I'm doing would be fine. But anyways, this one for doing steel or anything is like awesome. It doesn't always hang up. I don't know if you're familiar with using air saws, but it takes almost nothing to stall them. So this thing's killer. Works awesome for doing all the trim work. So anyways, like I pulled the back window out, and then the window actually, like I pulled the garnish molding, but that's the only thing that was holding the window in. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue in there when we put it back in, because this is gonna turn into a perfect place for water to leak in. Anyways, this piece is working out really good. We got a few little things to tweak here, but overall, it's like working. It's just, I don't know. I can tell here we're like way over center, so it's like the back of the cab is smaller, or the way this thing just happens to be is it's just shrinking in the cab, which whatever, it is what it is. And here, like, we're good, but up here we're starting to get a little bit of a gap. So the front part, I'm pretty happy. Like, this still needs to be trimmed some more, but I think it's gonna start screwing us up over here. I don't know, like, this is pulling. Well, as long as it pulls and it doesn't pull things away, it might shuffle some stuff yet. I want to trim this a little bit more. Again, we just grab our Sharpie here, and I kind of just walk this edge, and little is better. I mean, it's fiberglass, so in the end it's not that big of a deal. Like, I can't run a Sharpie and show you folks. I'm kind of struggling at multitasking here. Anyways, we're gonna trim that away. That should get that closer. We might have to shuffle some stuff over, because like I say, over here you can see this edge is kind of walking away. We can pull it, but when I push here, it's making this go away. So anyways, we'll kind of fine-tune this all. I don't know what I'm doing. There was this nice edge that snapped in there, so, and what it is probably for a windlace. You'd put it in there. Maybe I'll make some. I have a lot of this. Maybe I'll make a nice little windlace, so at least when you're got the door closed, and in the winter, you kind of, what happens, you have a wind kind of coming across, it blows in. So what you do is, what I do is I get some rather thick foam, like those round, I don't know what it's for. The foam is, I don't know, I had it, I don't know, for windows or something like that. Anyways, I make a windlace with that, and I guess we could, because this has both of those trims, we can snap that in, and we can hold this part of the headliner in with it, I think. I don't mind putting screws, like that doesn't bother me, but the middle actually completely floats because of the way the light is. I'll show you on the other side. I could probably take the light out and move it up. That way we can anchor into the middle, but I feel the thing's gonna be pretty strong because I'm gonna make it all as one piece. See where our light is? So you would technically have two buttons in the middle. Oops, I'm trying to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. So I have this here. I might flip this around and just zap it. This is like my interior light, but you can see these two little buttons up here. So when this headliner's up, at least there'll be two in the center stopping it from sagging, but it feels like it's working really well. I have to get some insulation because I want to insulate the top and the sides. That way, whatever, it's just warmer in the winter, but man, this is a game changer. This is pretty cool. I like it. I don't know what it would cost. I bought all that material a long time ago, like on Marketplace, the fiberglass and stuff. So a lot of the tallies on the truck are going to be hard. I think I'm just going to throw a high number at just random supplies because I don't know what they would have cost. I don't know what a roll of that matting and a bucket of fiberglass would cost, but I know if I went to Canadian Tire and whatever, our little hardware store, if I just bought like a big bucket of resin and some matting, I don't know that I would have had enough to do that. And that's probably not cheap. I bet you this thing would have been like $100, maybe somewhere around there. I don't know. I probably got my prices wrong on those little fiberglass kits. But if you said $100 or $200 to build a headliner, I don't know. So I guess I should look the prices up, but I don't really care because I have the stuff. It was bought that one time. I remember I bought it on Marketplace, so somebody must have been fixing boats and they were just liquidating, so I bought a bunch of material from them, only in the intent that, I don't know, it's fiberglass, you can always use it for things, and it turned out good because I ended up using it for the tonneau cover on my truck. And now, headliner, like, this might be my new headliners, might be my new headliner material going forward. But okay, I'm gonna turn on the time lapse and we're gonna trim up the other side. So I want to at least get the other side close like this side, and then we can figure things out. And then I think from that point I'll be able to ram a couple screws down the middle between the two, take it out as a complete piece, and then fiberglass it together so it stays as one. And well, whatever, I'm gonna do it, trim, we're gonna kind of do the whole works. I'm gonna see where I'm short. Like some places I might have to do, like add some, I don't know, we'll find out, because we can actually fix it now. That's the thing, it's fiberglass again. Yeah. All right, let's just start time lapsing. Well, I would say this is a success. Look at this. I can pop it in and out as one piece, so that part is good. It's a little bowy right here, but I think I gotta raise that little hump with the buttons. But I mean, as it sits, I don't even think I need the middle support. It just wants to hold itself up. It's flexible enough I can take it as one piece and take it out. You know, it's not terrible around the edges, stuff like that. You can see where I have tape, and those are things that I screwed up. So we got a glass a little bit there. This corner got screwy. I still got to cut this one a little more. This one I got to cut a little more. And then we got to like glue the middle together. It's two pieces. I'm not sure how I want to do that because most of it is relatively pretty dang smooth right now. So yeah, I'm trying to find the nicest way to do that. That centerpiece, like I say, I got to do a little bit. I drew a little circle because I had that plate screwed into there, but now I think I'm just going to put a hole and put the head, that dome light thing. I'm just going to mount it right into the roof. This is pretty awesome. Anyways, next step. Well, I'm going to get, so I have a screw there. I'm going to get one screw here yet, but overall I want to take it back out, re-glass everything, or like fiberglass all the seams so it's like one piece again. And then I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I still have to get some insulation and stuff, but I want to see how I'm gonna go about upholstering it and things. At least that's the next step. Well, first step is glue it all together. Well, that should be just about the end of the fiberglass work. I mean, I feel I should do a little bit on the other side, but I was just more concerned with the middle. That should hold it. It should be fine for what it is. I was trying to toy with getting it super smooth, but you know what? I honestly, this doesn't bother me that I can't glue the vinyl to this because I know it's gonna have weird shape. I'm not about the bodywork this or anything. I might just do it and it's just gonna be what it is, but yeah, I'm gonna let this dry. I'll see how it feels once it's all dry. If it feels good, then whatever. I'm gonna leave the other part. Again, I ended up filling it, but I gotta make the hole here yet for that light. Part of me just wants to try some bed liner or something like really textured, like rhino liner would be really awesome on there, and then a guy could paint it. But anyways, for now we're gonna see how it looks, like how when it's done. We'll test fit it, make sure everything's good, because I'm sure I'm gonna have to trim a few things. Like I extended this a little bit to match up with that, and everything's just a single layer. Same thing around here. I'm thinking I just got to trim that a bit. This was just a little excessive. I had to fix that. But because we did this, we're gonna have like an unsmooth layer. So I don't know. I guess hindsight, like I could glue some light foam and then the vinyl to that. I just don't know how well that works in the real world. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with this stuff. So yeah, we'll see. We'll try. Maybe I'll try gravel. If I do the gravel guard thing, then I'm kind of hooped. Not gravel guard, but bed liner. I think if I do it, then I can't really glue anything to it. So I don't know. I got some vinyl. Maybe I'll lay it down, glue it, and just see what it looks like. If it's okay, not terrible, we'll throw it in there. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Look at the rest of the truck. So kind of just is what it is. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for this to dry and then well, have a look-see at our options. All right, folks, survey says, does all of this still fit? Oh, a little tight here. Oops. That one does. This side's a little bit tighter. That might be the one I made though. A little tight. Oh man, look at that. Well, that's awesome. Well, how cool is that? I mean, this thing's still a little wonky, but That is mint. Can't tell if I need to trim this more. I feel like I do up here. Because this sits good into this valley, but this one's hitting the ridge. I think we gotta trim this one. This one needs to be trimmed back. But look at that. It works. It's awesome. That is good. This edge is good. I'm gonna get that garnish molding and just see. See how much that covers. Well, check it out. So I got to trim a little bit up here. You can see my line, just because this doesn't sit all the way into the roof nice. And then after that, I'm going to maybe throw a light up there because there are holes for buttons like this. So we could snap those across. The middle kind of dips because of that brace up there. I don't know if I'll change it yet or not, if I'll raise that up, but I don't even know if it matters in the sense that I could cut it out and it'll be fine because I kind of put this light what I thought was centered and now it looks like it's off center. Ah, whatever. It's fine. How bad is that? I'm going by the back garnish molding. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. And then here, I want to add just a little bit on these edges because when the garnish molding's in, I don't know what I'm doing with this panel yet, but it's it needs a little bit. This one I built up, but you can see I got to do a little more. So I'm going to stick some of that foil tape on there. Other than that, it all kind of popped into place where it's supposed to go. The gaps are not terrible. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're okay. I don't know about the other side yet. We'll see how that one is, but I felt everything was pretty good. So this one's a little out, but again, I think when these trim pieces snap back in, these things go back in, it should help push everything in place, I think. So I'm going to kind of use this thing as the guide to where I am going to drill. Mind you, you can semi-see between here. So if I undo the screw, I should find these holes, and then we can kind of use this trim piece to kind of hold everything together, if you get what I mean. Oh, this is pretty awesome. I think I'm going to want to take this thing off yet, and maybe just throw some vinyl just to see how, yeah, here you can just see the weird wobble. There's supposed to be two holes here yet. I think that piece needs to go up. Unless the original headliner like did weird stuff like that, I don't know. That's kind of silly. I might move that up. Seeing if I got to do a little bit of fiberglass work, I may as well fill that hole and move it over so it's centered like it's supposed to be. Whoops. Oh, here I can actually see the holes. This one right there. This one right there. Just catching the edge of those. But that'll hold this thing in. That is awesome. I dig it. Oh. All right. You can see I've changed. I don't really want to do more fiberglass work because I'm all itchy from I was all itchy from the last one I did, or the last round. So I don't know if I want to play with that right now. But I threw my extra stuff in here, so I'm probably going to dig that out, my little extra pieces, because there they are. So I can kind of glass up those couple bobos in there and those corners. So I don't know if I'll bore you with that. I'll probably just do that really quick. I will drill a bunch of holes everywhere. Man, that's pretty awesome. I think I'm going to do the middle too. I'm going to pull all my seats and stuff out. I think I'm going to cut that brace and I'm going to raise it, like just cut it and raise it up a little bit, because there are 2 holes for buttons. I don't need it, but I'll try to do it. I kind of did this one further back because it was originally right here. So I did it further back because we have a light under the dash. So between that one and that one, that's like plenty of light for in the cab. Anyways, these I'm going to do foil tape just to get like I was doing before. I'll do a little more just so it all gets tucked behind that trim piece. And I guess I'll test fit some vinyl on it and see how that looks. I just worried when I glue it without any cushion, it's just, you're going to see that whole thing, which maybe's okay. I don't know. It is what it is, right? The seats, that weird Velcro, whatever the fuzzy back is on the seats, it's actually sticking to the vinyl. So that's pretty awesome. I guess once the back gets the same way, it'll probably do the same thing. Once we're sitting in there for a while, you can see how it wants to stick. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of I put a pattern in it without even knowing it. I knew they would show. I didn't think they would actually stick in there. So whatever. It's fine. Gives it a little more custom touch that I didn't know would happen. So anyways, folks, I think that is where we are going to leave this one. We got well, for me, the proof of concept worked. The top is in. It looks very doable. So going forward in the future, this is probably a cool thing to do, I guess. My dilemma right now is I'm not sure if I'm going to upholster or I'm going to get some bed liner, like rhino liner or something like that. I'm thinking I want to experiment with that just because of the texture. I'm just hoping it's thick enough that I can, it'll hide my imperfections in there. But that means I got to go order some. So I kind of want to try it. This truck's like a big experiment anyway. So if it doesn't work, not a big deal. But yeah, I think that's the next step. So yeah, we got to order some stuff. I want to fix up and finish up a few of the little problems in here. Because like I say, I got to trim a few things. And then around over on this side, I got to add a little more. Move my light. Fix my Bobo there. But I got to do that. I got to pick up some Lexan so I can finish these. Maybe find a little toaster oven because I want to just mold and make myself a light for that. I know everybody says you should just get a 3D printer. I have one. I just have no idea how to draw that or do anything to make that work. So I kind of have that going. So anyways, folks, as always, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.